In a typical project, Weitz will work with our trade and art partners at the start with just analyzing what they're interested most in bidding and where they're going to be most competitive. Because if we can get them to a point where they're going to be competitive, we have the best opportunity to award them the work. And so we're always looking to carve out the right size and scope for each and every trade partner. And I know that might sound funny with an electrician. They're obviously going to look at the electrical, but there's a lot of other parts and pieces that go into electrical, like low voltage, fire alarm, communications, teledata, etc. And we're not going to ask them to do something if they're not going to be successful at it, or if it's going to inflate the value to something that they can't handle. So we're always looking to right size the scope for each and every trade partner.
We like to bring trade partners into our projects fairly early. We're using the new idea of total value delivery. It's where we're bringing trade partners to the table in the early programming phase of the project with the owner. If they're open to it and they haven't started with the design build, that's the perfect opportunity to layer in what trade partners can bring as value. And it drives costs. It helps define the schedule because now you've got immediate input onto the durations that it's going to take in order to build that work. Trade partners contribute to value engineering by bringing in firsthand knowledge of how to build it. Constructability is a key part of the value engineering options, and so we like to bring their knowledge base to the table as early as we can. That's a big part of value design when we're looking at that type of a process.
I think we're successful with our trade partners because we treat them like we'd want to be treated. We know that, they're looking to be successful on a job. It's important for them to be safe, to be able to staff it, and to make money. We know that they're not going to be successful if they're losing money on jobs. And so we want to create an environment where they can do all those things. And I think that's probably the single greatest reason we're successful with our trades. They want to work for us because we find a way for it to be a win-win. It doesn't have to be a zero-sum game where we win and they don't. It can be both. And that's our approach to every pursuit.